Welcome guys back to the Crazy Hands Knitting and Crocheting channel, and in this video tutorial we are going to knit one more super bulky hat with double brim. It's really warm hat, thick. Uh, it's easy to recalculate if you want, for example, to use a bulky yarn or medium worsted yarn. So really easy pattern. This hat you can wear with pom-pom, but me, I'm actually like it even without. So up to you. You can also make a yarn pom-pom using the same super bulky yarn. And for the hat, I was using 9mm knitting needles, but if you're super tight knitter, please use 10mm knitting needles. And the yarn, as usually, wool and is thick and quick. It is a super bulky yarn, yes, as I said, and from this big skein you will need only half of it. So if you're ready and would like to try knitting this hat, welcome, let's get started. For the size hat 53-54 centimeters, I cast on 45 stitches. If you want a bigger size, cast on 48 stitches. And now I'm going to cast on one more stitch, and I'm going to use it to join and knit in round. The total number of stitches has to be divisible by 3, so you can, if you are, for example, knitting a child version, you can cast on 42 stitches. Now let's join. To join, I usually make something that is look like triangle. I mean to join using circular needles. And you always cast on one extra stitch. So if now I have 46 stitches in total, but I'm going to use the stitch to join in round. So slip the first stitch to the right hand needle, then slip the last stitch over the first one like this and drop the last stitch of the needle. Perfect. Pull the tail and return the first stitch to the left hand needle. Now you're ready to start. Here you can place the stitch marker. I will take this one and hang it right before the first stitch. And let's start. The first row, slip the first stitch, holding working yarn in back, then purl 2, 1, 2, and that's it. Repeat again. Slip the first stitch, holding working yarn in back, purl 2. Again, slip, holding working yarn in back, then purl 2. That is why I said that the total number of stitches has to be divisible by 3. Slip, purl 2. Slip, purl 2. And again, slip, purl 1. Now pull the right and push the left hand needle. Purl 1 more. And repeat. Slip the next stitch, purl 2. Like this, go on, repeating till the stitch marker. Round number 2 will be even easier. knit 1, purl 2. And here I want to pay your attention that I'm going to purl through the back loop. It doesn't matter how you purl, just purl. Just in my case I am doing it through the back loop. Most probably that your stitch is turned like this and you will purl it through the front loop. But in my case I'm doing it through the back loop, and it's because I grabbed the yarn in the previous round in a certain way. And repeat again, knit 1, purl 2, knit 1, purl 2. A little bit faster, knit 1, purl 1, and purl 2, knit 1, purl 2. Like this, you go on repeating again till the stitch marker. Round number 3, we are going to repeat round number 1. So the first round. Slip the first stitch, holding working yarn and back, purl 2. Slip, purl 2. And again slip, purl 2. There are only 2 rounds to repeat. So here we repeat the first one. Slip, purl 2. Go on knitting till the stitch marker. Round number 4, we are going to repeat now round number 2. Knit 1, purl 2. Knit 1, purl 2. Knit 1, purl 2. And like this go on knitting and alternating first and the second rounds until you reach. In total I'm going to knit 16 rounds. So this is the first one and 12 more. And that's what I have. So let's count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So as I said, 16 rounds, and let's measure if you, for example, about 10.5 centimeters. If, for example, you are using another weight of yarn. So the brim, the folded brim is ready, and as we are going to fold it up, we need now to work uh, the main part of the hat, and the right side of the main part will be on the wrong side. Maybe a little bit complicated, but let me show you what we are going to do. Now you're doing everything vice versa. So purl 1, knit 2, purl 1, knit 2, purl 1, knit 2, purl 1, knit 2. Go on till the stitch marker, this one. Here I am. And the next round we are going to do everything but vice versa. So I want the main pattern to be on the wrong side. So this one, the pattern with braids on the wrong side. So for this one, slip the first stitch holding working yarn in front and then knit two. And repeat again. Slip the first stitch holding working yarn in front, and it's very important. Don't forget to hold the working yarn in front. And after that, knit two. Slip the first stitch holding working yarn in front and knit two again. Slip, knit two. So like this, go on knitting till the stitch marker. And now we are going to repeat previous round, the one that was before. Purl 1. Again, I purl through the back loop, but it's just a normal purl stitch. Go on. Knit 2. So as before, we are going to alternate two rounds. Purl 1, knit 2, and the round where you have to slip the first stitch holding working yarn in front and then knit 2. Like this, you will see that the main pattern of the hat will be on the wrong side. Purl 1, knit 2. Purl 1, knit 2. Go on knitting till the stitch marker. After that, you're going to alternate as I said, and in this way you are going to knit at least 23 centimeters, but from the brim. But of course it can be less or more, just up to you. Here I am, that's what I have. You see that the main part of the hat is on the right side. Let's do it. Let's turn it right side out, and now let's fold the brim, and that's how it works. Cool, right? And now let's measure. So the body part of the hat without the brim, 23 centimeters as I said, and the total length is 32 centimeters. So that's what you should have approximately for an adult size. For the child and baby version, of course, it will be shorter. So let's return to the wrong side. Just a second. And let's start shaping the crown, making decreases. In total, there will be only 2 rounds of decreases. And I actually like, and you have already seen how the crown looks. Purl 1, and it doesn't matter which round was the last one, and knit 2 together. Now repeat again. Purl 1, knit 2 together. Purl 1, knit 2 together. purl 1, knit 2 together. Like this, go on knitting till the stitch marker. And round number 2 of decreases. You see my purl stitch is turned like this, but to make purl 2 together, I better turn it. As I said, it may happen, you don't need to turn it. Just purl 2 together because I want to make a smooth decrease, and for me it's easier to turn it and then make purl 2 together. Maybe in your case, and most probably, you don't need it. You don't need to turn the purl stitch. Just purl 2 together all the way around. And again, purl 2 together. Please finish this round. And that's it. Now let's cut the yarn, leaving at least 10-15 centimeters tail. Here you can use a hook. Don't see hook on my table now, so I'm going to use a tapestry needle. Thread the tapestry needle or yarn needle. And slip remaining stitches in this way. Turn and a little bit more. That's it. Now pull the tail to close the hole on the top. Pull it tight, and what I'm doing, I'm usually going underneath remaining stitches and at the same time pulling the yarn. Just underneath twice or 3 times, as many as you like. At the end you can make a knot and cut the yarn. We have one more tail at the beginning, so let me show you also how to weave it. We are going to weave here on the wrong side for the brim here. Again, thread and usually what I'm doing, just going under the half of the V stitch that you see underneath. We'll do it one by one. Always going up and up. You can do it even longer. Pull the brim and cut the yarn. That's it. Let's look. Very warm and comfy hat. Stay tuned because I'm going definitely to knit a matching cowl. if you want a full set. And thank you so much, guys, as always, for joining me today, for liking this video, for subscribing to my channel. Really, leave comments because you inspire me a lot. Thank you one more time and stay tuned for the matching cowl. Bye.